Okay, so now to start building your actual Genius Hour blog, you click on that new blog button from your accounts page, and this is what pops up. And the first thing it's going to ask you to do is insert a title and come up with what you want your URL address to be. So that'll be the web address that you tell people or that you link people to when you want them to visit your blog. For this project, my recommendation is that you do something oriented to Genius Hour, or if you've come up with your project title, that you do something like that for your URL address. Okay, so right now, for mine I have Kelsey's Genius Hour project as the title, and for the address kelseygeniushour.blogspot.com. Just very simple, very easy to spell, and when you go tell people, hey, visit my blog, it's really, really simple for you to remember, for them to remember, and ultimately for them to get to. That's the biggest thing. I would avoid making it just your name, kelseyhabig.blogspot.com, because it's not specific to the project. It's way too broad, way too general. The more specific it is to the project, the more directed you'll be in your posting. And ultimately, that's the goal. I kept a blog, back in 2008 when I went to China for the Olympics. And it's 6 years later, and I still reference that blog. I still visit that blog. I still send people to that blog. So it's something that, could potentially stand the test of time, and maybe 6 years from now, you are directing people back to your high school blog, for certain things like that. So just something to keep in mind. Come up with a blog address, and then you can pick your first template here. Blogger's really good, has a lot of different options for templates. You can always change this, and you will play with it many, many, many times. So just pick one that seems cool for now. I'm going to go with Awesome Inc. because I'm awesome. And then hit Create Blog. Okay, once you do that, it's going to list all the blogs you have right here. So I have my Genius Hour with Miss Habig blog that's been up for a few weeks listed here, and this is the new one I just created, Kelsey's Genius Hour. It says, go ahead and start posting. I'm going to dismiss the message for now, and I'm going to click on it. And where it's going to take me, maybe, there we go, is to what we call the dashboard of my blog. Okay, and there are a lot of features here. But to get started, we'll just start talking about the layout, template, that sort of thing. Anytime you want to see what your blog looks like, click View Blog, and it'll pop it up in a new window, and you can check it out there. Right now, it's very boring, right? It's got a picture of me, has my title, then just black background, no post, kind of no big deal. So if I want to start playing with the aesthetics, you can come over here to the dashboard and start looking at template, layout, settings, that sort of thing. We'll start with the layout. Blogger calls each piece on a blog, it's kind of like a puzzle, and they call them gadgets. Okay, so this is kind of a map of what my blog will look like on the page. So when I go and actually look at it there, it looks very professional, very polished, but this is kind of the back end. It's not HTML, but if you're familiar with HTML, you can edit that. This is more of a drag and drop user interface. Okay, so if I want to add something to the right side, add a column there, I would hit Add Gadget, and it would provide me with a whole slew of things to put there. Think of them like little apps. You can drag and drop them on your page and do a whole bunch of stuff. Provide links, videos, pictures, quotes, whatever you may need. Okay? And you can add things to the top, to the bottom, to the sides, all of that. Next thing I want to show you is how to play with the template. So in the last short, we were on layout. Now we're going to go to template, and you'll see this. What we have here is how your blog looks on the internet, and web browser, on an iPad, that sort of thing. And what we have here is how it looks on a mobile phone. So you can see those two views and play with how you want it to look. Note that on my blog, at least, most of my readers read it on their mobile phone. So this mobile view is really, really important, but you want both to look good. Anyway, you can come down here and pick all kinds of different layouts and templates, play with colors, spice it up, whatever. And once you've picked one, if you hit Customize, it'll bring you in and actually let you to play with all of the details. Okay, so up here you can kind of switch templates, background, widths, etc., layout, that sort of thing. In layout, you can choose how you want columns on both sides. This is what mine looks like. A bunch of columns on one side, your choice, and it'll show you down here then what that's like. Your widths adjustments will let you play with how wide you want it to be on the screen, or how skinny, the sidebars and the main bar. Background deals with, if you'd like to have a background image. My blog has a background image that I created actually on my iPad and then just uploaded to it. If you'd like to have a background image, that comes here in background, or maybe you just want it to be a solid color, whatever you'd like. So there are a lot of options outside of just the regular templates. And if you want to just use regular templates, totally cool. I have no issue with that whatsoever. For my advanced folks, if you come down here to this bottom tab, this is where you can play with the fonts, the colors, the size of text, all of those things. What color you want links to be, what color you want the different sidebars to be. Lots and lots of options. You can pick just a straight theme and it will choose coordinating colors for you, or you can customize that. I would recommend just coming up with something simple for now, and as the weeks go by and you learn more about it and play with it, change it up all you want. That's totally cool. Once you set all of the colors and links and fonts and sizes where you want them, or where you think you'd like them, make sure you're hitting up here in orange, apply to blog. And that's kind of the save button, and that will save your preferences on your thing. Then you can head back to Blogger, and it takes you back to this dashboard page for your blog. And if you go to Overview, that's kind of your home base, and you can go from there. If you're ready to post, you're going to hit New Post right up here, and it's going to bring up a composition window, very similar to an email composition window. And you can start on that very first blog. You can hit Publish to post it to your blog, or you can hit Save. I do that a lot. I start posts and then I save them as drafts, come back to them, polish them up, and then post them when it's time. But that's kind of the overview. Blogger has a lot of features I'm not even familiar with. It can do a lot of things that maybe we won't even need for this project necessarily, but there are many opportunities, and I invite you to play with it and make it look however you want it to.